Most people today are obsessed with becoming better. Better habits, better routine, better performance, better productivity. But what if constantly trying to become the better version of yourself is the exact thing that is making you anxious, exhausted, and disconnected from yourself? We live in a world addicted to optimization. Everywhere you look, people are trying to improve themselves. Wake up earlier, do more, track everything, do more productive things, learn faster, win faster. Growth does matter and self improvement is not bad. But here is the hidden problem: when your entire life becomes about becoming better, you stop appreciating who you already are. You stop seeing your current strengths, you stop using your current potential, and slowly life becomes one endless project of fixing yourself. That creates anxiety because now every moment feels like performance. Even rest feels guilty. Even peace feels unproductive. You are always chasing the next version of yourself. But here is what I realized: the best way to become better is not obsessing over becoming better, it is fully using who you already are. I will repeat this again. The best version or the best way to become the best version of yourself is to appreciate who you already are and trying to maxing out and maximizing your current potential. Think about it. Most people are not even using their current abilities fully. They already know enough to start, they already have skills they are ignoring, and they already have strengths they undervalue. But instead of using them deeply, they keep searching for more. More information, more strategies, more hacks. Meanwhile, action is waiting. Now you have to understand that growth does not come from adding more. Sometimes growth comes from expressing more, using more, applying more, trusting yourself more. A seed becomes a tree not by trying to become a tree every second, but by fully becoming what it already is. That is how growth works naturally. And another problem with modern self improvement is this: people are trying to optimize every single part of their life. Perfect morning routines, perfect sleep, perfect diet, perfect workflow, perfect mindset. But life is not a machine, and life is all about balance. And balance is not always 50-50. Sometimes one season it is 80-20, sometimes it is 70-30. Sometimes work needs more attention, sometimes health, sometimes family, sometimes rest does. Everything has its place in the overall puzzle of life. And one more thing you need to understand, which I have realized in life, is that for becoming successful in terms of money, in terms of health, in terms of family, in terms of relationship, life does not need to be perfect to be successful and a fulfilled life. Even an imperfect life can be a fulfilled life. Okay? So, most of the time, by trying to improve and by trying to become more, you stop appreciating who you already are. Now, that is not to say that you don't grow, you don't come out of your comfort zone, because there is always this misconception that people will have when they watch these kinds of videos where I tell to appreciate your current self, and then on from that foundation you try to become more, and not rejecting or ignoring your current strengths and then trying to be more. So everything has its place in overall puzzle of life. If you obsess over optimizing one piece constantly, you may damage the whole picture. That is why awareness matters more than obsession. Be aware of what gives you energy, what drains you, what you are naturally good at, what actually matters right now. Because real growth is intelligent, it is holistic and not robotic. And also understand this deeply: presence creates performance. When you're fully present in what you're doing, your natural abilities come alive. But anxiety blocks presence. If your mind constantly screams, I need to be better, I need to improve, I'm behind, I'm not enough, then you cannot perform freely. You know, uh, some time ago, I read that when you're practicing, you have to do it consciously. You have to uh, keep in mind all the rhythms and the routines and the technicalities while you're practicing. But when you're performing, you perform from your subconscious mind, from your natural ability, which overflows and naturally gets expressed from your being. So that is how you perform. And when you become anxious, you become tense, and tense people rarely do their best. And sometimes your next level is not hidden in more pressure. Sometimes it is hidden in more trust. So trust your preparations, trust your strengths, trust your process, and trust your pace. Then act deliberately. Focused action creates improvement naturally. This does not mean becoming lazy. This does not mean rejecting growth. It means growth should come from alignment and not self hatred. Because many people are trying to improve themselves while secretly believing they are never enough. That mindset never creates peace. So stop constantly asking, how can I become better? And start asking, how can I fully use what I already have? That question changes everything, because when you fully use your current level, you naturally grow into the next one. So thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel, because this channel is all about real world practical self improvement. Because that is the gap that I have found in the self improvement world, and also in my life. As you grow, you try to find some pieces or blind spots or gaps in your life. And the gap that I have found is that constantly improving disconnects you from who you already are. So start appreciating yourself, and from that foundation, improve yourself, not by self hatred, not by ignoring, and not by belittling yourself. So thank you. Over and out. Peace.